You got this sister that's sending a warning to women to be careful if you got a good man. Let's go ahead and check this out.
Listen, the biggest mistake a woman can make is taking a good man for granted, all because she believes she has options. Let's make something clear. Just because you've got men in your DMs doesn't mean any of them love you. Don't get it twisted, ladies. Attention is not affection, and desire is not devotion. A real man, listen, the kind of man that truly loves you, he's not easy to find, because that type of man, he listens to you, he protects you, he believes in you, he invests in your growth, and he stays consistent even when you're not at your best.
I'm glad she said that, because you even had women say, I don't see the good men yet because they in the house. So the key is they do come out, like, to work. They go to the gym. There may be a certain social events and things like that, but they're not hanging out where y'all hang out at. You know what I'm saying? Like the lounges and the bars and the club. And a lot of these men aren't hanging out in those locations because they got other things to do, especially a man that's a driven man, a man with purpose. Now, he at the office, he at the crib, he doing whatever. He trying to make the dream work, baby. He working. And if you do have a good man, hold on to him. Because you thinking that, like you said, you got all these options out here because you got a bunch of DMs. And what you realize is when you let that man go, you better believe somebody else going to jump on him quick. Because they want a good man. And if you fumble one, for whatever reason you want to fumble him, you can say he's this, he's that. Yeah, he may be some things. But you know what? He can be a work in progress with you. It's better to work with your man, stay with him, and fix your issues and problems than go out there and get what? What you going to get? A lot of times when you do things like that, you just think you got options. It usually blows up in your face. But let's continue.
But you know what happens many times? You know what we do as women many times? We don't play him. We compare him to the flashy guys. We compare him to the emotionally unavailable men. Sometimes they insult him, ignore him, manipulate him, treat him like he'll always be there until he's no longer there. And then, when he finally walks away, that's when the realization kicks in. That's when you realize the truth. Those men in your inbox, they weren't really trying to build anything. They were just passing time. And now, the one who was ready to give you the world is gone. Listen, ladies, don't be fooled. Gifts aren't love. Sex isn't commitment. And good morning, beautiful, and those texts from strangers don't mean that you're being cherished. Sis, you can find a man who wants your body on every street. But a man who wants your soul, who wants to help you heal, who wants to build a future with you, that type of man is very rare.
Of course, they're rare. And yes, usually people don't realize it until that person's gone, right? That's just usually what it is because they get used to the person. They get used to them doing things. They get used to it. And when they finally lose that person and like, oh, shoot. And you start really seeing what that person's value really was and what they actually brought to the household. Now you want to spin the block. You want to get rid of every social media. You want to say, hey, you know, what can I do to get you back? And say, because, hey, I made a mistake. Like, what do I need to do? You know what I'm saying? And that has happened. And once again, I tell women all the time, if this man's a good man and you let him out that door, you let him get out that door and you let that man get some freedom, he going to get another woman because he ain't going to stay by himself too long. I can tell you that right now because women can sense a decent dude. Oh, they can sense it. And they would sometimes women will pull up on you. Whatever issue, like appreciate the man you got and definitely don't let him get out that door. Don't let him leave. Don't let him do it because I've seen women in my lifetime that had good men, took them for granted and all of that. And then when that man finally left, they really saw they had something good and never could really replace what that guy was either. Because that's another thing. Getting a decent guy that's going to treat you right, you know, I mean, in a way that maybe you want, sometimes like the lottery for you. And, you know, with the lottery, you may win, but you're not going to win every time you play after that. And that's just what it is. You got the jackpot, but you're gonna let the jackpot out the door for a scratch off that bombs. You know what I'm saying?
So if you've got a man who's consistent, who supports you, who corrects you in love, who forgives you, who invests in you and stays loyal when things aren't perfect, protect that man at all costs. Appreciate him. And stop playing games, sis. Because even the strongest man has a breaking point.
Yeah.
And you know what? The biggest regret is realizing that you lost something that was real. You lost something that was valuable because you didn't value it when you had it in your hands.
Yeah, every man got, when she said that's true, every man got his breaking point. Every man do. You know, you got to say, okay, man, I can't deal with this no more. I'm done. Every man has that point. Because once a man realizes that no matter what he do, it's never going to work out right, he going to like, okay, I'm just going to just have to move around. Because clearly, you know, she don't appreciate nothing I'm doing. And you just don't want that to happen. That's why I say keep that man in the house. Don't have that man thinking like that. Don't have that man moving like that. You're not worried about him, so you take for granted the things that he do. But when he's not there, you'll see real quick what he was doing. Now, if he was the type of dude that didn't do nothing, laid around, you paid all the bills, he was lazy, then hey, you ain't not gonna miss him. But we talking about a man that actually did what was right for the kids, for the bills, even doing right by you, taking care of you in ways you not even paying attention to. You understand what I'm saying? But why? But take care of your men, because like I said, there's so many women chomping at the bit looking for a good man. Now, you fumble what you got, don't say nothing when somebody